Hello, Brian. Thanks for sending in your videos to fixyourgame.com. This is PGA professional Brant Casbaum speaking. Overall, I really like your swing very much. You've got a good, athletic, balanced swing. Very solid on the fundamentals, but I do see a couple things that we're going to talk about today that once we improve on, I think will help to get you some more consistent contact, more consistent ball striking. So you see here in the video screen, we've got you on the left-hand side. This is an example swing on the right-hand side. This is yours truly from about a year ago. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to go out and win the U.S. Open anytime soon, but I do like to show that I practice what I preach a little bit. And so we're going to compare a couple of things that I see in your swing and show you a couple of things to work on. At any time, if there's questions or if something isn't clear or if I'm using terminology that doesn't make sense to you, just shoot me an email. I'm happy to explain it differently or answer any questions that you may have. There's a written part of the lesson that you see directly above this video, and there's some links to some YouTube videos that help explain and demonstrate some drills more thoroughly than we can get into here. But if there's any question about this video part, the written part, or any of the drills, just simply shoot me an email, and I'm happy to get back to you as soon as possible. So let's take a look at your swing. We're going to start here from the down the line angle, and what I see is the major cause of inconsistency in your swing is that your spine angle changes and you come up and out of your posture as you swing the club. You can see here that you're in a balanced athletic posture, but we're going to make a note here of what your spine angle is at the address position. We're going to see here that the angle roughly 39 degrees, and we're going to compare that here and see what it is. So you can see that you're in a good balanced posture at the address position, but let's forward your swing to impact and let's see what happens to your spine angle at impact. We're going to get it, and we're going to stop it as close to impact as we get here, right there. And you can see that your spine angle has changed. You've come up and out of your spine angle, and you've changed your spine angle considerably as you have swung the club back and through, and you can just see the overall posture of your body is pretty much straight up and down. You've really come up and out of your spine angle as you approach impact. And you can see here, let's see where I get to at impact. You can see, stop it right at impact. And you can see here that spine angle really hasn't changed throughout the swing. This is going to be the major cause of inconsistency in your golf swing. Anytime you're changing your spine angle, you have to make some kind of compensatory move to make up for that change. And if you don't make that move, that compensatory move, exactly the same every time, then that's going to lead to inconsistent ball contact. Like I mentioned in the written part, golf ball itself is very small, only about 1 2/3 inches in diameter. The sweet spot of the club is even smaller, so it doesn't take much of a move in order to create a miss hit. It's very simple. So if you are moving your spine angle, you have to do something else to compensate for that in order to simply make contact with the ball. That change in spine angle is simply another moving part. It's another variable in the golf swing, so it's another thing that can go wrong. That's one of the reasons why when we see tour pros, it looks like their swings are so fluid and graceful, and that's because they simply don't have as many moving parts as a lot of high handicappers or amateur players do. But you do a tremendous job with your timing in order to make consistent contact. To be a low handicap player, you're doing a tremendous job to make a compensating move for this change in your spine angle. So that tells me that you're very athletic. That tells me that you play a lot of golf and have kind of refined the motions over the years, and both of which are very good things. The bad news is it's going to be challenging for you to change because you've probably done it for quite a considerable amount of time, and so old habits die hard. So take a look at the couple of drills that I've linked up to in the written part that show you where and how your spine angle is changing. And one, we're going to go to the other video here, the other angle here, and we'll take a look at your swing from this angle, and we'll see here that as part of your stand up and out of your posture, the angle of your shoulders at impact is a lot flatter than it should be. And compare that to over here on the right hand side of the screen. I've already got the line drawn at about 27 degrees. Compare that to here, and it's about 37 degrees there. So that's all part of your change in posture as you're coming up and out of your posture as you swing the club. So and what I see in your swing that is making, or that you're doing to compensate for that move, is I believe you're releasing the club early in order to make contact with the ball. And so that's costing you club head speed, and it's also costing you distance. Well, club head speed is a factor of distance, but releasing the club early is costing you distance too, because it adds loft to the club. And so you're basically turning your 7-iron into your 9-iron. You're turning your 10-degree driver into a 13-degree driver. So you're adding loft to the club at impact due to an early release. And you can see the early release here in your swing. This frame is just after impact, and you can see that your left hand is even with your left leg, and you can see the breakdown in your left wrist. You can see your left wrist has bent, and you've released that club early. Comparing that to here at the same position just after impact, my left hand is even with my left leg, and you can see that my left arm is straight, firm left wrist. So I haven't released my club early. I've generated a late release, a downward strike, kept my left wrist firm through impact. You can see that too in the other video, or from the other angle. Let's take a look there. You can see from this angle, you can see you've released early, so you've got full extension here just after impact, whereas on the right hand side of the screen, you can see at impact, you can still see the bend in my right arm. So that means I'm in the process of extending. That means I'm in the process of releasing the club at impact. I'm accelerating through the ball, whereas I would say in your swing, your club probably isn't accelerating at impact. It's probably reached its maximum speed before impact. And so there's some simple drills that you can do to improve your release. Quite simply, I want you to take a divot. I know here in the video here you're hitting balls off of a mat, but next time you're on the course, or next time you go to a range that has the turf instead of has real grass instead of a mat, I want you to practice taking a divot, hitting down and through on the ball, especially with your irons. That will teach a late release. There's also 3 YouTube videos that I've linked up in the written part that will help to give you some tips, or give you some drills to practice a late release. The videos here, I don't have a shot right at impact with your swing. This one is the closest I get to impact here right after. If I were to back it up one frame, I'm here. But you can see here right after impact, you can see that you've already lost the release, or your left wrist is flexed or bowed there or I'm sorry, that's cupped at just after impact. Whereas we want to be firm with our left wrist through impact, and part a downward strike on the ball. Downward strike compresses the ball more. You'll hit it higher, you'll hit it farther, and there'll be more spin, and all of those are good things. But like I mentioned before, the change in posture, I think, is the cause of the early release. The early release is the effect that is the result of your change in posture. So you can, in my opinion, if you correct the change in posture during the swing, the release might fix itself, because that's the effect of the posture. Because basically, if you release early, the club would bottom out before the ball, but because you're lifting up and coming out of your posture, the club bottoms out at the ball. I would suspect you don't take much of a divot just from looking at the swing. And so if you fix your posture and you continue to release early, you'll bottom out before the ball and hit the ball fat. So then that will be a very quick way to learn to release the club properly. But like I said before, changing or fixing the change in your spine angle is going to be a difficult transition or difficult thing to work on or learn. So you can tackle this problem kind of from the opposite end and fix your release first, and that will help you to stay down and through impact and not come up and out of the posture. So those are the two main things I want you to work on from today. One, and most important in my opinion, is keeping your posture constant, that spine angle constant throughout the swing. We want to avoid coming up and out of our posture, as we can see from this angle. I'll zoom back in here. You can see where your spine angle was at the address position. We can wind it back and see here. We'll go right back to the address position. You can see right at address, this line here shows the spine angle from the base of your neck down to your tailbone, and that's at 39 degrees. And then as we get to impact, if we go to the closest frame to impact, which is right there, draw that same line from the base of your spine to your tailbone, you've come up and out of your posture. Whereas we want to keep our posture constant throughout the swing, and that way we can rotate our torso and fully release the club, and you'll make consistent contact. So if there's questions, please email me anytime. I'm happy to get back to you at any time, and look forward to working with you in the future. Again, my email address is info@fixyourgame.com. Thanks, Brian. Have a great day.